My favorite Strongsville High School class. I loved the computer lab. When I was, 9th, 10th grade, Apple computers were, they were in the labs. You had to go to the labs, and it was kind of like a awesome time to go in there and work on the computers. I love computers. It was something that it was a passion of mine, and so I enjoyed that a lot. Was just going in there working on the computers. That was kind of like my favorite class. Working on computers. One of my favorite teachers of all time at the high school. There's so many. I had such a great experience at Strongsville, and I'm not just saying this to be funny. I went to college to be a teacher because I enjoyed what Strongsville, I went from first grade and graduated, so I went through the whole system. Miss Cobb was our student council advisor. She was really cool. I remember her doing, just being involved with the student council and her. She was great. I remember Miss Cobb always doing more and always being there after school projects when we would do the homecoming and all that stuff. She was always there. I felt like she put in a lot of extra work and made sure everything was always good for us. I felt student council was the most important thing I was involved with. I learned a lot about leadership, how to be a leader. It's not just doing it. There's so many things that are involved with being a leader, and I was able to remember those skills as I started growing my company. There's several different versions of being a leader, so I always learned that. Those experiences really stuck with me throughout my college and actually when I started my career. I think collaboration is one of the most important things because you can't do anything by yourself. There's not one business out there that one person built. It is a total team effort. And if think collaboration and the ability to work with another person and a group of people, and also being able to develop an atmosphere where people are welcome into what you're trying to do is very important. I feel like collaboration, if you're trying to build a company or build a business, you have to learn how to work with people, all different personalities, all different types of levels of what people are good at certain things, they're not good at others, so you have to learn how to work with other people and what they're able to offer, what their best version of themselves are. I think global is another thing that's super interesting to me because when I first started working in pizza, I was just a pizza guy, a pizza, one oven, delivering pizzas, one car, if you plant the seed that there could be something bigger and better, and having that thought as you're starting to grow makes it a possibility to be global. But I think if I didn't have that kind of mindset, I would have limited myself. So I think globalization or that kind of mentality, whatever field you end up in, you need to be able to talk to people all over the world. And it sounds funny, but that's what we do now. I travel all over. I get to have all these great experiences because I believe I never limited myself to just what was in front of me. If I could go back and teach myself something that I know today that I didn't know when I was in high school, that list would be long and we don't have enough time. But I really believe one of the things that I learned over time was to dream big, and I would tell myself to dream bigger. I know it sounds cliche, but if you shoot for the moon, you'll never make it. But if you shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon. Dream bigger, and stay focused. There's a quote I love. It's instead of one day, it's day one. And I always say dream big, dream as big as you can, because we have something here at Master Pizza called 100-store mentality. We don't have 100 stores, but if we limit it to the 14 that we have, we'll never think bigger than 14 stores. But if we think at 100 stores, maybe one day we'll get 65 stores, 75. Maybe we get 500. I don't know, but if we limit our thinking, we'll never reach 100. So I think I would tell myself, dream bigger and stay focused. My dad used to always say to me, if you're going to be a baseball player, be the best baseball player you could be. If you're going to be a banker, be the best banker you could be. If you're going to be a pizza person, be the best pizza person you could be. So I always just felt like I had the pizza was my passion, and I always felt that comfort zone of saying, this is what I love to do, I'm going to do it, as compared to worrying about what other people thought my career was. And so I stuck with it. I love it. I work with my passion every day.